Welcome you all. In this session we are going to discuss the operation of electrostatic voltmeter. Outcome: after successful completion of this session, the student could able to explain the principle and operation of electrostatic voltmeter. So electrostatic voltmeter, the electric field according to Coulomb's is the field of force. The electric field is produced by voltage and therefore the field force could be measured. The voltage can be also measured. Whenever a voltage is applied to a parallel plate electrode arrangement, an electric field is set up between the plates. So here this shows the construction of electrostatic voltmeter. So here you can see the various plates available. One is movable and other is fixed plate. Fixed and movable plates are there. So now the basic principle is, if the electric field is produced by the voltage V between a pair of parallel plate disc electrode, the force F on the area A of the electrode for which the field gradient E is same across and perpendicular to that of surface. So the electrostatic voltmeter, one of the plate is fixed and other plate is movable. The force of the plate can be measured by suspension of moving electrode on one arm of a balance, suspension of moving electrode on a spring, and pendular suspension of moving electrode and torsional suspension of moving electrode. See, this is how the force of a plate is measured. So here you can see the various notations, and here the D represents, that's the E mentioned over here is the doom, and M you can see at the center that's a point called A point, that is nothing but a mirror arrangement in order to measure, and here you have D point, that is nothing but a balance used, and here we have the high voltage, this is the high voltage terminal, it is above this G. So here you can see that high voltage is applied at this point, and here this plate is fixed plate, and this one is the movable plate. This is the movable plate and this one is the fixed plate. So by varying this, the electric field is varied. So thereby the high voltage which need to be measured can be measured with the help of this electrostatic voltmeter. Since the two plates are oppositely charged, there is always a force of attraction between the plates. If the voltage is time dependent, the force developed is also time dependent. In case a mean value of force is used to measure the voltage. The force developed between the plates is sufficient to be used to measure the voltage. Various designs of voltmeter have been developed which differ in construction of electrode arrangement, and it is used of different methods of restoring force required to balance the electrostatic force of attraction. Suspension of moving electrode on one arm of a balance and moving electrodes of a string, the pendular suspension of moving electrode, the torsional suspension of moving electrode. The small movement is generally transmitted and amplified by electrical and optical method. Optical method is nothing but, as I told in the figure, their mirror arrangement is there for measurement purpose. So that is what they have mentioned as optical method. If the electrode movement is minimized and the field distribution can be exactly be calculated, the meter can be used for absolutely voltage measurement, as calibration can be made in terms of fundamental quantities of length and force. Electrostatic voltmeter or compressors of gas as insulating medium have been developed. Here, for a given voltage, the shorter gap length enables the required uniform field to maintain the electrode of smaller size, and more compact size can be evolved. Thank you.